This is skydiving, controlled flight without wings. Even for experts, the most dangerous game going. This jump, like every jump you will see on this series, is being made by a highly trained man who is playing the game for the highest stakes that there are, his own life. He has one and only one safety device at his command, his parachute and its ripcord. J. Coates Spencer, author of Make Life Beautiful, The Power of You, You Too Can Win, and other inspirational works, is feared to be the victim of a mountain plane crash, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. Missing also is Chuck Lambert, pilot. Wasn't it nice of him to mention Chuck's name?
Well, Ted, Spencer is important to a lot of people. They never even heard of Chuck.
Oh, yeah? Well, look, Jim, do me a favor, will you? Get on the radio and tell the Civil Air Patrol that we're on the way to join in the search for Chuck Lambert. And, what's his name, his passenger. The Civil Air Patrol was going all out on the search. At ground headquarters, dispatchers were briefing pilots and laying out search patterns. Aircraft of all varieties, light sports planes, service rescue planes, and helicopters were sent off to search the various quadrants that had been established for the mission. With all that activity, it looked pretty certain that sooner or later, somebody would turn up with something. As we took our place in the carefully organized pattern, we kept hoping that it would be sooner rather than later. Chuck Lambert meant a lot to Jim and me both. Any closer, I could have struck a match. Thanks, buddy. "345 X-ray to search center. Over."
Search center to 345 X-ray. Go ahead.
"Completed search quadrant 4. No sign of anything, and we're moving on to quadrant 8. Over."
Roger, 345 X-ray. No results anywhere else either. Out. Search center to all aircraft. Search center to all aircraft. Lambert has been located in quadrant 16, coordinates 541716.
That's Perdido Canyon.
Lambert appears to be alive. No sign of his plane or of Spencer. An investigating party is on its way in by jeep. The terrain is inaccessible to aircraft. Out.
Not inaccessible to jumpers. Let's go.
Right.
The jeep's just arriving.
Now there's Chuck.
How is he?
Mild shock, exposure. Nothing broken, he'll be all right, but I found these on him. Recognize them?
No, what are they?
Trouble. Serious trouble for him.
What are you talking about?
I think I know what they are. Goofballs. That right?
That's one name for them. They're also a type of narcotic.
Well, so what, Chuck?
There's some pretty tough rules against flying under the influence of drugs of any kind, even tranquilizers.
I've known this pilot a long time, mister. He wouldn't use drugs in a million years.
No? We found these in his pocket. This man's a witness. I'm from the Civil Aeronautics Board, crash investigator. My name's Harris, Henry Harris.
Ted McKeever.
Jim Buckley. Look, Mr. Harris, I'm sure Chuck can explain this.
I hope so. Otherwise, you can be certain of one thing. He's going to be grounded. For good.
Order Spencer search abandoned. No trace found of Arthur or plane. Huge air-ground search ends. Well, there goes the old ball game.
Are you kidding?
Look, they didn't believe me when I came to the hospital. Why should they believe me at the hearing?
Because you'll be testifying under oath.
Of course you will. They'll know you're telling the truth. They'll clear you, Chuck.
How much you want to bet?
Having been sworn, Mr. Lambert, will you please tell me for the record, in your own words, exactly what happened?
Yes, sir. Well, we were flying along at about 8,000 when we ran into some rough air. Well, I trimmed the ship, and then I looked back to see how Mr. Spencer was doing. I darn near fell out of my seat.
Why was that?
Well, he had unhooked his parachute and seatbelt. He had his briefcase open, and he was pawing through it. Well, I yelled back to him to hook up again. And he just shook his head and kept on digging till he found it, and then he
Just a moment. Till he found what?
The vial of pills. He opened the top,
Please.
took a pill, and...
You said vial of pills. This vial?
Sure.
Even though it was found in your pocket, you say it belonged to Mr. Spencer?
Well, it didn't belong to me.
Go on.
Well, again, I told him to hook up. And he told me to shut up. And who did I think I was? Well, I told him to hook that safety belt or I'd hook up for him. He just snickered and took another pill. So I grabbed it away from him, then he really blew his
Now,
top.
please. You say you grabbed him away from him. Why?
Well, by now I figured it was the pills that were making him look and act so funny.
He looked funny? How?
His eyes were glazy and his face was sweaty and twitchy like he was hopped up.
That's a barefaced lie.
You weren't there, mister. I was.
It's a good thing for you I wasn't. Gentlemen. You may continue, Mr. Lambert. Now, you say after you grabbed the pills, Mr. Spencer really blew his top.
Like you never saw before. He jumped up and swung at me. Well, I ducked, and then he tried to grab the controls. I shoved him back, and he jerked the quick-release handle. The door flew off. Well, that was it. I knew I had to get him under control now, or we'd both be dead.
What did you do to prevent it?
Well, I trimmed the ship again so we'd stay right side up. And then I tried to get him to sit down. He swung at me as hard as he could. Well, I grabbed him, and suddenly he lurched backward through the door, taking me with him. Well, I hung on as long as I could, and suddenly broke away free. He went all the way down.
Without a chute.
His chute was still in the plane.
Thank you, Mr. Lambert. That will be all. Now let's hear from Mr. Spencer. Mr. Bradley Spencer, the deceased's brother. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Now, Mr. Spencer, were you and your brother close to one another?
Very close. Except for when he was on his lecture tours, we saw each other every day.
So that you were in a position to know about his personal tastes and personal habits.
I was. I know that he was not addicted to the use of tranquilizers, stimulants, or drugs of any kind.
Including narcotic drugs?
He never used narcotics. Never. I know that for a fact. My brother could not have had that vial in his possession for any reason whatever.
You're certain it did not belong to him?
I'm positive.
Thank you, Mr. Spencer. I think there's no need to go any further at this time. A basis has been clearly established for pressing the severest charges against this pilot. A formal hearing will be scheduled at the earliest possible date. In the meantime, Mr. Lambert, your license is herewith suspended. This is a temporary suspension. It will be my recommendation that it be made permanent. I must also warn you that a copy of these proceedings will be forwarded to the district attorney for appropriate action under the criminal statutes. This hearing is adjourned.
Well, I guess I should have made you make that bet. I'd have really cleaned up.
Ball game's not over yet. Mr. Harris?
Yes?
It's just an idea, but I don't think you should schedule a formal hearing till all the facts are in.
Well, aren't they?
Well, the briefcase hasn't been found yet. I mean, if what Chuck says is true, and I, for one, say it is, there might be more pills in it.
That's ridiculous.
Not if Chuck's telling the truth.
Now, look here, you.
Gentlemen, as Mr. McKeever just said, the briefcase hasn't been found. The plane either, or for that matter, Mr. Spencer's body. Until they are, we're going to...
They will be. Maybe the Civil Air Patrol had to call off their search. We're just starting ours. This time we'll keep searching till we find that crashed airplane or that body.
And the briefcase. Come on, Chuck.
Checked out? Good morning.
What are you doing here?
I'm coming with you.
You are. Who invited you?
I'd like to be around if you find my brother's body. And if you find that briefcase, I think I ought to be there when you open it. For obvious reasons.
Look, mister, if you're going to climb in this airplane, you're going to have to climb right over the top of me.
Wait a minute, Jim. That's just fine. Welcome aboard. But we may jump in.
I was in the Air Force. I know all about parachutes. I'll jump anywhere you do.
All right. Andy, we'll start the search pattern here.
Roger, I got it.
Ted, the plane didn't even have enough gas to get that far.
Well, before it wasn't where it could be. Now we'll start looking where it couldn't be. We decided to cover areas on the perimeter of the original search pattern. Maybe the lost plane had carried more fuel than previously estimated. Maybe it had stayed in the air longer than anyone had a right to expect before it finally crashed.
Part of a wing, you see it?
Yeah. Get over there, Andy.
Uh-oh. I thought I saw a splotchy yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah, they put a yellow X on old wrecks that they've already found. Now watch, Ted, right between the trees there.
Yellow X. Forget about it. We searched all day without success. We finally returned to our home field as darkness was falling. Next morning, we filed a flight plan just after dawn and took off again. We were pretty discouraged, but determined to keep on trying.
What happened? We used to have some luck once in a while.
We still do. See there near the rise?
That sure looks like Chuck's plane, all right.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there was any fire either.
Well, then that briefcase ought to still be intact.
You ever try to pull a ripcord with your fingers crossed? Come on, let's go.
Come on there, Cora. You know what to do.
Bradley Spencer didn't want to take any chances. He opened up right away. Jim and I wanted to get down in a hurry, so we waited as long as we could to pull our ripcords.
Man, they really clobbered this thing, huh?
Boy, they sure did.
Can you get your door open over there?
Well, I'm having trouble.
Well, I think I can see almost everything in here.
How about the briefcase?
I don't see anything. Spencer's parachute.
Let me come over there. Hey, found it.
That was right, huh? There's more pills in it?
You'll never know. I'm going to take you for a walk down the canyon. I come back, you don't. Let's go.
We're not going for a walk. We're staying right here.
Move.
Why should we? We don't owe him anything, do we, Jim?
No, siree. If you're fixing to kill us, you can do it here and drag us in the canyon.
You think I won't?
Not both of us.
Oh, man. Will you remind me to get myself a tighter helmet or a bigger head?
Andy will sit down in the mouth of the canyon. It's the only place he can. It's not much of a hike.
Well, I wouldn't care if it was 40 miles now. Let's have a look in this thing, see if there are any more pills.
No, wait a minute. We want to get that thing to the CAB just like it is.
Yeah, you're right. You know something? I'm going to carry it there myself, personally.
Oh, no, don't strain yourself. Let him carry it. He found it.
I owe you an apology, Mr. Lambert. I'm glad to say.
You're not as glad as I am.
Well, Mr. Spencer, why did you do it?
Isn't it obvious? My brother had a worldwide reputation. I couldn't very well let it go down the drain.
How about Chuck's reputation?
It's not the same at all. Nobody ever heard of him. Nobody cares.
Mister, you're about as wrong as you can be. Come on, Mr. Nobody. I'm going to buy you the best dinner in town.